Hey everyone. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. So today I thought that I would show you guys what I'm working on this week as far as hair combos. So I picked out this wolf girl, and for some reason, I don't know, she's giving off a red-haired kind of vibe. So I am using my polys. I want to practice hair with my polys before I move into any other pencil, and that's just because I'm more comfortable with my polychromos. Once I get the hang of, choosing colors and so on and so forth, then I will move on to other pencils. So I thought I would show you guys just a few strands of how I color hair. So Um, I'm gonna start with a very light pink. Um, you can use any pink. I'm going with dark flesh. So I'm just going to pick, I think I'm gonna do this piece right here. So I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see. I'm gonna do this piece and then probably the piece behind it, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna actually put a whole little base down, and I've not actually um colored hair with this combo yet, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we'll see. Then I'm coming in with kind of a orangey red, and I'm just coming down, and I'm using the flicking motion. You don't have to, but that's what I'm doing because I want it to look a little realistic. And I'm also coming up with the same, and I'm keeping in mind where I want my highlight, which is going to be right around in here. So I want my flicks to stop right around in that area, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense, right? So I'm moving in, and I'm just going to keep my finger here so you guys can see where my highlight is. I'm now coming in with a bit of a darker red, and I'm coming down, and I like to think that she's kind of a sassy wolf girl. I want her to have kind of like that, you know, don't mess with me attitude. I can see straight through you. You're not getting over on me type of attitude. I don't know. I just her face expression is giving that off. So usually in animes, that's how the redheads are. They're usually really fiery and have that don't mess with me type of attitude. So here I'm coming in with a bit of a darker red, and this is middle cadmium red. And I want to make sure that I'm really getting up in here because that's where it's the darkest. And I'm just bringing it down, and then I'm going to come to the bottom, bring it up. And it's going to look different in certain areas of her hair. Some areas will have, you will see the flicks more prominently, and some areas you won't. And then I have actually a brown, and this is for the darkest areas. And then I'm going to bring some of that down into that red that we just put down, just a little. And then same thing from down here. So you can even, like, if you don't want to do the flicks in the corner areas, you can kind of scribble some in and then come up with your flicks like that, and then just work your way backwards. But keep in mind where you want your highlight. That's why my finger is still here. We don't want the highlight to disappear. So, and then if it disappears, you can always erase and come back in. So here we have the next red, and we're coming down with some flicks. And then if you miss like some spots, you can kind of just, and you have to be careful with red. Don't take your hand and swipe it across the page because you're going to smear it. Red is one of those colors that will smear. Okay, and we're coming in with that fiery red, and notice the highlight is getting smaller, but we still haven't lost it yet. And now we're back to our pink, which is our highlight. And then you can either flick it all the way in, or you can leave some white. If you're gonna leave some white, grab a white pencil and, you know, bring in some white. I do have a white pencil, I like to use Prismacolor white. I don't know if I have one right next to me, so I'm just gonna grab the one from my case. I can also use my Polychromos white. Any white I think will do depending on how much of a highlight you're looking for. But you can just come right in there and do the flicking motion still. Don't neglect that part. And then there you have it. There's our one strand. And if you feel like it, you can come down with some of the, now that you've added the white, you can come in with some of that previous red and put some more strands so that they're noticeable. Okay? So let's do another piece. So let's do this piece here. So I'm gonna again put down some of that pink. And this piece is actually connected to this piece. So find what's connected and what isn't, you know, and then you'll be okay. All right. And then just move in order of your colors. Now I kind of want my highlight to be kind of right here. So I'm just gonna come in down with this one with the flicking motions. And then coming up with them as well. Follow the way the hair is going. So if it's going this way, that's the direction your flicking should be. You don't want to just have it go in any kind of way because it's not going to make sense. So make sure it's following the hair so that it's making sense. Okay? All right. Moving on to the next one. And I am not a professional by any means. I'm just showing you guys how I do it because it looks cool when I do it. So I thought maybe somebody else would want to give it a shot. So moving on to the next one. Don't neglect this little piece up here, even though it's just a tiny piece. And then here, because this is a bigger piece, you can see the strands a little bit easier. They're hard to miss because this section of hair is much thicker than that little strand we were working on. Okay, moving on to the next one. And this is that darker red, so you want to make sure you get enough of this up here up top. Bring it down. Make sure you get it in here, right in this area here, because that's also where your brown is going to go on top of. So you want to make sure that you have it there. Just make sure that you have enough. And then come from the bottom and do the same thing. And do you see how it's all coming together? And I'm flicking pretty fast because the bigger pieces for me that's like together like this are the easiest. It's these ones that have the swirls and the curls that's a little harder. You have to move a little bit slower in my opinion. But for the big pieces like this, they're a little bit easier to do. And then I'm gonna come in with my brown and I'm gonna add definitely some here, and then I'm gonna bring it down from the center right in here. You want to bring it down. You don't need a lot of the brown because her hair is just, it's red. You just want it for the shadow area. So you don't need a lot of the brown, just enough to create some depth and shadow. Okay? And then just work your way backwards. Go back to the other color, the other red. Bring it up where you need to. And just keep working your way. And they don't have to be even strokes either. All right, here we go with this nice bright red. And you want to make sure your pencils are sharp for this too. I wouldn't try this with a dull pencil. And then just come in with some of the pinks, leave some white, and then you can come in with your white and put your white where it needs to be, which is roughly in here. Now the white doesn't have to be sharpened very much, in my opinion. So once you have that, make sure you come back in though with some red so that you're not losing, because she is a redhead, so you don't want to lose the red. Come back in with a little bit of it, and you won't lose your highlight. It's still there. And just kind of play around with where you want the white and where you want the red. And I hope this is coming up okay, because it is, my camera might be a little bit strange, but I hope it's showing up okay. And yeah, I just wanted to come on and show you guys. I hope that was enough of a tutorial. I didn't want it to be a very long video. I just wanted to spend like 10 minutes and show you guys. So I'm gonna do her whole head on my own time. This is like a personal coloring learning thing, but I did want to come on and show you guys how I do hair. So her whole head is gonna be red, of course. And then once I finish her, I'll come back and show you guys. I have a couple that I picked out for the week. I'm gonna redo this one, and then I'm going to continue working on this one. So I have a couple, oh, and this one as well. Forgot about this one. So I have a couple that I'm going to be working on this week, but I did want to just jump on and show you guys how I color hair. And if you guys would like to see more of something like this, let me know down in the comments, and I will, I guess, share more. I don't really know. Maybe if when I start a new one, I'll just show a couple strands, and then, you know, that way you guys can kind of know where I'm going with direction, what colors I'm choosing maybe. And then you guys can, you know, color it on your own. I did get this coloring book from Etsy. I have to find the link to the shop, but it was a coloring book. I forgot how much I paid. It was pretty cheap. It is AI. It's not hand drawn at all. It's definitely AI, but I don't mind it, and it is a good way for me to practice hair and skin tones, and they have different ones. I just don't remember the shop, so if I can remember it, or if I can find it, then I will put the link down in the description, or at least the name of the shop if I can find that. But yeah, they have, if you just search like probably like, I forgot what I was looking for when I searched for it. I was looking for something specific, but I'm sure if you search like anime elf girl coloring PDFs or something, it'll probably pop up. But I'll try to find it and put it in the description. And then if you like, you know, you can practice hair and stuff like that on your own without the pictures being too realistic, and it's not as much stress because it's anime. So it's not as much stress, and you can, you know, practice however you choose, and you can do it with markers and so on and so forth. Our elf girl picture that we were coloring in the live stream, she's from the same coloring book. So it's just one big coloring book, and they have different things, different animes, or different anime like characters. They aren't from any specific anime or anything, but it'll be like, you know, anime elf girl, anime cat girls, anime police officers. Like, it's different stuff. It's a pretty cool coloring book, I think. And so it's good practice. So it's kind of a personal project I'm doing. I'm trying to learn how to color hair, and so I'm just choosing my own combos, seeing what works, what doesn't. And I thought I'd come on and show you guys a little piece. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.